This chapter definitely left me with a lot of questions, bro, because is Jabber either the dumbest opponent you could think of, or is there something even bigger beyond what we're looking at right now? Because I'm going to be honest, I've been thinking this for like the last, 3 weeks since Jabber showed up, and I'm just like, is he training RUDO right now? That was also, I have a lot going on in my brain, but this chapter had some really good shit to pull from it, and it also, like I said, sparked a question. Are we being deceived right now? Are we truly being deceived right now? Because regardless of what we perceive Jabber to be, what if he's not who he says he is? There's a lot of underlying factors. You gotta think, bro, this is like a fucking sandwich right now. There's so many different layers, because again, we've gone over this question numerous times, right? Or this idea, I should say. Why would they send RUDO here knowing it was a trap? And why would Engine not go there? You know what I mean? That's why this situation still is kind of weird to me. I feel like it's all smoke. Like, you know the saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. So I'm assuming that with this. But let's go over this, because yeah, there's a lot to this shit. And honestly, the first page with RUDO pointing at us, bro, that shit is so sick, right? And the fucking Hamza Jinky behind him looking menacing and shit, I fucked with that so much. But anyway, the fight continued. Jabber is getting the shit beat out of him, seemingly on purpose. And there was some really cool shots of RUDO, like the page 4 shot, which is like one of my favorite shots, because it still seems that like RUDO is unconsciously doing this, you know? And again, Jabber's enjoying himself, talking about, you know, you're a real pain in the ass. RUDO was talking mad shit, bro. Wanted to play with you before taking you home. That's what you said. So I'll hang out with you until you're in shambles, fucking bastard. And I love Jabber's face at the end of this page, bro, where he's like, hey, can't you talk without adding the words fucking bastard? Bro, I'm telling you, it's gotta be more to Jabber than meets the eye. So this is where I also kept asking the question, is this more of Jabber training RUDO than, you know, trying to take him home? Because he says something very peculiar where he's like, I see I'm the one who gets one-sidedly beaten up, huh? Don't you feel any remorse about hurting people? And RUDO's like, not if it's you. And he was like, then that's good. Why would you say that, right? What are you trying to get across to RUDO at this point? You know, maybe I'm putting too much thought into it, and maybe there isn't a lot to this, and it's just like, you know, him fucking around like Hisoka or some shit. But I honestly think there's gonna be way more to this than meets the eye. And we're gonna talk about a lot of my theories a little later. They get to scuffling. RUDO legit is flexing, right? He is legit going off. I want you guys to also remember, RUDO is literally brand new to this shit. He's never fought anybody in his life. So why is this looking so easy, right? Why is this looking so easy? I honestly feel like this is training, right? I'm gonna keep reiterating this to you guys so you remember. And Jabber, like I said, he is enjoying this shit. He's fucking shit up, throwing rocks and shit. The Hamza is not protecting him from these rocks, which was kind of weird. But you see the look on Jabber's face, and there's intent. And look at the Hamza. I like the pointy shit on page 10, bro. Like, I like that shit. He's like, what up, dog? Yeah. Bro, that shit is so tight. And RUDO seemingly punches him into the ground, like ridiculously sick, right? And then there's this shot on page 14, which has so much depth to it, and it's so fucking cool, bro. It seems that Kei Urana was probably gonna go for a spread here, but like didn't, you know what I mean? Like didn't go for a spread on this page, but I think a spread would have been disgustingly sick here. And all these like fighting sequences were like well detailed, and I loved them so much. And Jabber looks like he's having fun, and RUDO is just on this, all right, I'm about to kick the shit out of this guy for what he did to Gris. We're gonna get to that later too. And bro, he ends up catching Jabber with one of the hardest right hooks we've seen in this manga so far. And then Jabber goes on this interesting little tidbit. He says, ha, I haven't felt this good about getting banged up in a long time. You must have had a lot of fun beating the crap out of someone, huh? And he gets this weird smirk. He says, I have to give you a taste of it too. By the way, I realized something. that Jinky of yours, it has the ability to detect hostility and direct you away from attacks that has it. Am I right? And even RUDO, he looks confused because he's just like, this is just my opinion of it, but he's just like, I guess? Right? And Jabber's like, it's the debris. I noticed it when I sent it flying as a distraction. It can't react to things that don't have hostility, or I must say intent. So what? And he points his Jinky at him. He says, my Jinky Monkita has a potent neurotoxin on its right claw. And that neurotoxin thing was rather important to me because I'm just like, okay, what are you truly doing to yourself? And then he stabs himself with his own blade. That shit was crazy. And I'm like, oh shit, is he about to like level up? And even RUDO was like, yo, what are you doing? And Jabber's like, hey, RUDO-kun. This blows off my consciousness and drives me to lash out violently. I wonder if your Jinky will consider me hostile. I can't wait to find out. And then he passes out, bro. And then he jumps at his ass. Like, this panel was sick because this is why I said, is Jabber either the biggest idiot or is he really training RUDO? Because is the Jinky not gonna be able to adapt to this? Because there's still gonna be hostility behind his attack, right? There's still gonna be hostility behind his attack. Now, there's some things that I wanna actually talk about before we go into the artist section of this. I wanna talk about whether or not this was all a fucking scheme, right? Whether or not this was all a fucking scheme, because it literally could just be something that Engine set up or something that the boss set up, because there's a lot behind this, bro. There's a lot behind this. And seemingly, we talked about Gris dying. We talked about, you know, all of that shit. Have you noticed that Jabber has not killed anyone? Jabber has not really killed anyone. Zonka was just knocked unconscious, essentially. And I feel like if he really wanted to kill Gris, he might have like chopped his head off. But he stabbed him through the stomach. Could he have potentially missed his vitals so that way he's not really dead and they can fix him? Because this whole battle sequence between him and RUDO really sparked this idea of mine, like, yo, if he really wanted to knock out RUDO, he could have and could have taken him. Are you guys understanding this? Like, is it like starting to register with you a little bit that maybe this is all even more of a bigger setup than we thought? Like, this is bigger than we initially like anticipated. We're watching somebody who doesn't have battle knowledge go toe to toe with somebody who took Zonka out and took Gris out, seemingly, right? I want you guys to think about this. Like, take all the time that you need to process what I'm saying in this video, because I mean, odds are, how many of you guys are making it to this point in the video? Anyway, if you did make it to this point in the video, make sure y'all let me know in the comment section below. This all seems too scripted, and I get it. It's a manga, it's written by somebody, so of course it's going to be scripted. Does it not seem like there's too much fun going on here? Like maybe a brother playing with his little brother, or a father playing with his son, or a trainer training somebody? Because again, RUDO literally just got here. Think about it in that aspect. RUDO literally just got here and he's never really like thrown hands with somebody. There's something bigger going on here than we know. I'm just gonna throw it out there. This has to be a training session set up by fucking Engine, bro. It has to. That or Jabber might be one of the biggest idiots I've ever met. Right? That was one of my original points. It's like, is Jabber an idiot? Right? Like, what the fuck is going on here? This chapter was dope. But the dopest part about this chapter is the theories that it's brought on and like the questions it leaves in the air, right? Because that means that we have a lot more to look forward to in the coming chapters, right? Anyway, BRBR, I think this is you that did this. I mean, that background definitely screams like your art. It's still fucking sick. And this is literally one of my favorite panels early on, because I'm just like, yo, the fact that you did this shit had me OD excited, right? K Urana, you fucking mastermind, you. I like that shit. And then I knew this was Muda Noodle because, funny enough, even though your name is like right there, I seen it on Twitter when I woke up this morning, because I was gonna do this video last night, but I was way too tired. The video came out too late, and by that time I was already like getting ready to go to bed. But this shit was hard, right? Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys made it to this point in the video. Also in the comments as well, let me know your favorite part of this chapter and if you agree with me or not on a lot of the things that I was saying. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new. I still have a lot of stuff that I gotta get done, bro. Like, and I'm not getting it done. I'm procrastinating like a bitch. We're gonna continue to push this channel further than we've ever been. Oh, by the way, we're almost at 2,000 subscribers if you didn't know. Let's try to make that a reality too. I'm gonna get to editing this video, so I will see you guys either around 6 p.m. or some shit like that later on today. So that being said, it's your boy, xDomoSenpaix, and I will catch you guys in the next video.